I'm El Gore, and this is episode 21 of This Past Life.
The newspapers call you the goddess of sex. If you are a goddess, I'm Eddie.
Welcome back. I hope you all had a really happy Thanksgiving, and I hope you spent it with people you love and adore, and filled your bellies full of wonderful home-cooked food, because that's kind of one of my favorite parts. So this week on This Past Life, we're going to talk about a couple of things, including a realization that kind of led me to start This Past Life originally, and how that applies to dressing vintage. Then we're going to talk about how we did on this week's challenge and next week's challenge, and then of course the answer to name that flat silver, and next week's new flat silver, which is going to be our first fork. Very exciting. So first of all, we're going to talk about a realization that I had recently, which was actually one that happened a long time ago, truthfully. Last year, as you may or may not know, as those of you who've been following me since April of 2012, and then for those of you who have only just met me, I was going through a bit of a crisis at the beginning of 2012, and a crisis that led me to give up kind of my, I say kind of a lot, I'll change that. It caused me to give up a belief that I'd had for a very long time. It was that all people are good, and I had this realization of that we're all animals and we're just trying not to kill each other. And for about a year I really struggled with that realization, and it caused me to pull back from people and kind of go into self-destruct mode. In April I decided, of course, to live technologically in the 1950s for a month, and as part of that journey I started to dress vintage, and all the time. I usually dressed off and on vintage, but I decided to dress vintage all the time as part of that challenge. And along with a bunch of other discoveries, I think I also realized that we might all be animals. We're all animals trying not to kill each other. And instead of feeding into that and just acting and dressing and eating like an animal, that I wanted something better. And part of that journey in April was for me in search of something more beautiful and something that I felt I had lost. Then I realized that I kind of have to be that for myself, and that's where dressing came in, because I feel good when I dress. I am fully dressed, and not only is it nice, I think, for me, but also it's nice to be the beauty in someone else's day as well. So I think that's a good realization, that we can be something better than what we may perhaps be at our core, and to be the beauty in your own life. I think that's important. This week's challenge for me, listen to the radio in lieu of TV, was a breeze. I get A++ on this, but I have to be fair, I kind of already do that. I enjoy the radio, I enjoy seeing the light of it. Yeah, I have a little radio that's like white, leather covered, and it has an orange, like an amber light that lights up when you turn it on. And I kind of like that. I said kind of again. Dang it. I'm going to work on that. I like that. I love that. I love seeing that little amber glow when I flip on the switch. I love listening to music that I may not already know. I find it very relaxing and be tender to myself when I listen to the radio, as opposed to, especially in this time of reality TV and whiplash fast editing, and I love me some, you know, good movies, but I do find it to be more peaceful to listen to the radio. So, A++ for me. What did you get? So tell me how you felt about the challenge, listening to the radio, listening to a radio show. Let me know if you heard one that was really good. I like listening to radio mysteries, too. Yeah, I hope that you find time for it. And now on to this week's challenge. This week's challenge is going to be to write to a pen pal, or if you don't have one, other than me, because you can always write to me, write to a soldier. I remember when I was younger I had a pen pal. I don't remember, I was very, very young when I had it. I think it was actually a program set up through my school. But I remember being excited about getting mail from that person just for me, and also sitting down and writing them about my life. And I think that there's something nice about sitting down, first of all, sitting down to write a letter, second of all, writing a letter to somebody who you don't necessarily know. And, or even better, writing a letter to a soldier. I will put something up here, an address that you can mail those letters to. I think it's a wonderful way to support our troops and to let them know that the work that they're doing isn't overlooked by us here, and that we're very thankful for them and want to send them good thoughts. Because not all of them have loving friends and family, or if they do, maybe they don't get as much mail as they would like. Everybody likes to get mail, including me. So write me. So yeah, let me know how you do with that project. And now, everybody's favorite game show, Name That Flat Silver! Last week's answer was tablespoon. Tablespoon. Now we move on to our first fork. Can you name that flat silver? I hope so. After this, I think we're going to go on to dance moves, like name that dance, and then table settings, just so you know. Something to look forward to. I hope you've been enjoying my typed up show notes that I've been adding to my episodes. I've been enjoying writing them. If you'd like to be featured on next week's episode of This Past Life, you can do a video response on YouTube. If you're visiting us on YouTube, that's very easy to find. If you're visiting us on our WordPress site or on Facebook, I think you can click through and put the video there. Or you can email me a video at thispastlife@gmail.com. Very, very easy. Or you can write me, which is my favorite part. I'm going to do that every week now, which is my favorite part. You can write on your typewriter or your pencil or your fountain pen that you got in high school because you wanted to write love notes to your first love. And you can write to me at This Past Life, P.O. Box 1417, New York, New York 10028. I think that's it for this week. This has been Elle Gore for This Past Life. I'll see you another day.